Luke Lyddon live from the Footprint Center with our triple threat. Luke, we'll start with you. Just speak to us, buddy. What is on your mind after tonight?
Well, Lena and I were actually sitting next to each other when we were watching this game, and we couldn't believe what we were seeing, just like I'm sure every other fan in this entire arena, especially when the Suns were down by 30 at the half, which was actually, they set a new record, the largest halftime deficit ever in a Game 7 all time. Not great history to be on the side for the Suns. And I think this is just another blow for Arizona sports when it comes to the national media and how they portray the sports scene out here, because we always talk about they don't really get their respect, but the Suns blew that 2-0 series lead last year in the finals. They blew another 2-0 series lead this year in the semis, not to mention the Cardinals seem to disappoint us year in and year out in some shape or form. And I just think it's not a good look for Arizona sports when they had such high expectations and they fell short yet again.
So what's going on with the point guard? Luke Lyddon has more from Dallas.
So it might be a hockey rink behind me right now, but earlier this evening it was a completely different story and a tough sight for Suns fans as they fell in Game 4 to Dallas. This was clearly not the weekend this team had envisioned as they head back to the Valley with this series tied at 2 games apiece. A big reason why? The officiating and constant foul trouble, most noticeably for Chris Paul. Paul was getting the whistle at every turn, it seemed like, as he logged his 4th foul at the buzzer at the end of the first half in what was a very questionable call. Paul only played 23 minutes total with just 5 points while fouling out with 9 minutes left in the ball game. In fact, CP3 played less than 4 minutes in the entirety of the second half. As you'd expect, Paul was pretty tight-lipped after the game.
I mean, I can't put myself in the situations to give them that ability to do that, you know what I mean? So I just got to look at myself and figure out how to be better.
So yes, we can sit here and talk about the awful officiating all day long, but it's actually what happened in the stands that rubbed CP3 the wrong way. After the game, Paul took to Twitter saying, "You want to find players for saying stuff to the fans, but the fans can put their hands on our families. F that." When we initially saw that tweet, we were a little confused as to what it meant, but then we quickly learned a Dallas fan allegedly pushed Paul's wife and put their hands on his mom right behind the Suns bench. CP3, as you'd expect, was irate on the sidelines. You can hear Paul yelling to the fan, "I'll see you later. I'll see you later." And another angle shows CP3 saying to a security official, "He put his hands on my mom." The Dallas Mavericks then released a statement saying they are aware of the incident, it was unacceptable behavior, and it will not be tolerated as the fan was swiftly removed from the game. Paul afterwards noticeably upset, answering just 2 questions and then storming out immediately.
It was like a blur tonight. I'm good. I'm sorry.
Monty had mentioned taking ownership and starting with him and everyone else as well to try and get that sense.
We, of course, will watch this situation closely as the series now shifts back to Phoenix for Game 5, tied at 2 games apiece. But for now, reporting in Dallas, Luke Lyddon, 12 Sports.
Send it out live to Dallas, Texas. Luke Lyddon live inside the American Airlines Center with more. Hey, Luke.
Hey there, Cam. Happy game day as the Suns looking to finish this thing off once and for all, Game 6 here in Dallas. And I think we can expect the big players on the Suns roster to do their thing. CP3, Devin Booker, hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. But we can't forget about the key production off the bench, especially when it comes to those bigs for the Suns. Most noticeably, number 18, Bismack Biyombo. Take a look. Big man Bismack Biyombo may only see a handful of minutes per game, but he sure makes the most of it when he sees the floor.
This is playoff, and we're supposed to compete, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Biz is usually at the bottom of the rotation between the Suns' 3 bigs, but that doesn't diminish his impact when his name's called.
Bizzy just brings tenacity. His level of detail as far as defense is concerned is one of the best on the team.
Biyombo went from signing a 10-day contract in January to now becoming a valuable contributor off the bench, chipping in 7 points, 7 boards in 21 minutes, part of the Suns' Game 5 win over Dallas.
Into Biyombo, and a rebound by Biyombo.
I think to me it was just more important to win the game. However way we were going to get it done, I think that was the most important thing.
Sure, he might not be the flashiest player on the depth chart.
19, by Biyombo.
But the energy and defensive effort he brings throughout the playoffs is more crucial than you may realize.
If we can go into the game with the same mindset we had last game, I think we give ourselves a better chance to close them out here.
And I tell you what, regardless of his stat sheet at the end of the night, it's really great to have Biz as a safety blanket, especially when the other bigs get into foul trouble. He can help fill the void, which we've seen him do a couple times throughout the series. So worst comes to worst, throw Biz out there and let him do his thing, right?
Luke, I absolutely love that video of Bismack guarding Luka like that. Just shows you his versatility. Real quick here, what's your prediction for tonight's game, and how do the Suns get to carry some of that home court magic over on the road?
Well, I sure hope they can bring that Game 5 intensity here to Dallas, something we really haven't seen all series long. But I could go on and on. I'll keep it short. Got to limit the foul trouble. That's been their Achilles heel all series long. You got to protect the perimeter. You can't let Dinwiddie, Bullock, Luka go off from deep. And Coach Monty Williams continue to stress controlling the glass and not letting the Mavericks get multiple second chance opportunities. So hopefully they can do that. And my prediction, taking the Suns. I'd feel silly not to take the Suns with that experience like they had last year, so let's go with the Suns. I'm sorry for wearing the blue. I made a mistake with the wardrobe choice.
Hey, it's cool. I'm wearing blue too, buddy, so both of us did. We'll catch up with you at 5 o'clock, Luke. Thanks a lot, buddy. Tip-off tonight at 6:30 and live inside of the American Airlines Center with more. Hey, Luke.
Hey there, Cam. I think it's fair to say we both thought this series went a little longer than we both thought, but at least it's been fun to watch, right, when the refs stay out of the way. But this is a chance for the Suns to prove to us they're the team we all thought they were in this closeout game here in Dallas. But those games that we've seen the Suns win, their feisty defense came out to play, which is something we haven't seen here inside the American Airlines Center, and that's something they're going to have to bring if they want to end this thing in 6 a little bit later tonight. No, back in Game 5, the Suns generated 24 points off the Mavs' 18 turnovers when they had just a combined 24 points off turnovers in both Games 3 and 4 here in Dallas. It's cliche, but defense really does win championships, and tonight Phoenix must replicate what they did in Game 5 to move on to the Western Conference Finals.
Our guys are always focused and play hard and that kind of thing. I always go back to the fact that they just played really well. They smacked us around a little bit, and that happens. I think we're more prepared for it. I think you'll see the kind of focus we had last night on defense, the details. I know we'll be ready.
We just try to limit the fouls and try to just make it tough. Just show shifts like we've been doing, but just more pride. I think that's what it was. We just took more pride in it and played hard.
So the good news is we've seen the Suns do this before last year's playoffs. They knocked off both the Clippers and the Lakers in Game 6, both on the road, so they know they can do it. They just got to execute at a high level to make it happen tonight. But actually, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. I'm just going to toss it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, let's just get this done with, Luke. Let's get it over with. Let's move on to the next round, because the way they played on the road, who knows what can happen. Thanks a lot, buddy. We'll check back with you at 6 o'clock. Tip-off is tonight at 6:30 after the game. And Luke Lyddon is live in Dallas. And, Luke, I don't really know where to start. So what did the Suns say happened tonight?
Well, Cam, I don't really know where to start either. That certainly wasn't Suns basketball, was it? I mean, when you look at what you saw on the floor, it just really didn't really make sense, especially when the Suns got to that early deficit. The Mavs just ran away with it, and there was no hope for them coming back. You mentioned 22 turnovers for the Suns, just 6 turnovers for Dallas. The Suns connected on 6 threes, while the Mavericks made 16 of them. You can look at the stat sheet all you want, but the bottom line was the Mavs were the better team, period, and the Suns know they need to be better in every facet if they want to win Game 7 in advance.
I didn't think we understood the desperation they were going to play with. We just did not have the focus and determination that it takes to win a game like this on the road. But we will have it the next time we step on the floor.
You know, we understand they're a good team. We would never disrespect our opponent in that way. You know, they're a 4th seed in the Western Conference for a reason. They protect home well, and they did that today. You know, I think we worked all season to have home court advantage and get the last game in our house, and that's exciting. It's Game 7, man. I ain't never been in a Game 7, so it's going to be fun.
It's win or go home. You know what I mean? I feel like we worked as hard as we did all season, you know what I mean, to get home court. Just because you have home court doesn't guarantee you're going to win the game, you know what I mean? But we'd rather play at home than play here, so.
And what's so interesting to me, for how good this team has been all season long, this Sun squad, it's been weird to see how hot and cold this series has been, really for both teams when they play on the road. Tonight was not characteristic of Suns basketball. Let's just hope they can turn it around and get back to basics or do something, because they need to fix it and fix it fast if they want to advance to the Western Conference Finals, Game 7 this coming Sunday.
Yeah, Luke, thanks a lot. Let's go ahead and bring you home. Enough staying in Dallas. Let's get out of that city. Thanks a lot, buddy. This will all come down to a Game 7.